Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It is June 8th, 2026. I hope the day is treating you kindly. Let's go ahead and check right in and see what the planetary circumstance is, shall we? In essential energy, what we got going on in essential energy, please, Spirit. Essential energy, please, what's happening? Nine of Pentacles, life of luxury, wealth. There could be a life of luxury that is being hidden for the lovers. We're going to get some somebody may be coming forward with an offer. It could be a deceptive love connection. Somebody wants to come in and they want to act like they are your person. It's a deceptive love connection. Or you're coming into a life of luxury and somebody is afraid of this partnership that you're in. We'll get more clarification in the challenge position. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Freedom. Somebody's challenged because of your freedom, your courage, the clarity that you have. And the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They're challenged because they've missed their opportunity for wealth. They were talking about faking an suicide. They said that you are too... what are they? Too courageous or too confident. They said you were too confident. So that's not going to work for you, this illusion. You're getting a life of luxury for dealing with the deception when it came to partnership in the subconscious. You're a master. These ones are talking about the salary of a female master. They're jealous, but she's a celestial being. She's a daughter of an upper dimensional, divine, celestial being. She is one. And these nasty jacks got lucky with their baneful magic centuries ago via a contract. Her protector, angel, decided to replace her, prostitute her energy, and then spend all of her wealth. They pimped her out, this celestial being, this master. And then he pretended like he was a master. But he's just an assassin, a betrayer of her father who gave him the task of protecting her. He betrayed her father. And then went up into that space and tried to destroy his kingdom. Seven of Pentacles. She persevered. The master has persevered and is coming into harvest. A life of luxury. Somebody's afraid of it. Or somebody is coming forward with an illusion. Somebody's in this central energy with a deception. Or they're just afraid of who you are in union with. In the recent past, King of Pentacles. Intention and expectation. moving go, releasing. King of Pentacles has to let you go. Dude prostituted your energy for money, got a contract, was supposed to protect you, and then he turned into just a pimp, rapist whore for money, and they decided that they were going to rape this celestial being and her family in the upper dimensional space by copycatting and replacing them and going up there and then sacrificing people in that space. We've got a Knight of Cups. Their favorite weapon of war is to marry into the clan, is a relationship, is marriage contract. That's their favorite weapon of war. They see us as their enemies. Mr. Romance is here in the near future. Knight of Cups, wanting to be charming. The lens is being looked through. Page of Pentacles. There's some kind of an offer. An offer. So a Page of Pentacles wants to make an offer to a Queen of Wands. Knight of Cups. Romance. They need a relationship in order to make the transfer. They've been desperate. The people are getting desperate because they're suffering the delirium of the return of the mental magic that they had put out for everybody. In the environment, we got the Knight of Pentacles. Resilient and persevering. Hopes and fears. Four of Pentacles. Possessiveness. They might want to bind you to their foundation. Knight of Pentacles. You got this Knight of Cups making romance. Knight of Pentacles making a financial offer. Some kind of thing. Their hope and fear is to bind you to the foundation. Outgoing energy. Ace of Swords. You have clarity. You know the truth about it. You could be speaking the truth about it. There's some kind of a victory over this. Queen of Swords has a victory over this. She has the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and this nasty is in regret. They have failed, they're disappointed, and they're having a nightmare. Because the Ace of Swords is here. Clarity, the truth, breakthrough. The Queen of Swords was able to break through these magical illusions and bring forward the truth. So Nasty Jack is here, disappointed, having a nightmare. They're freaking out right now is what they're doing. They want to do a 3D unaliving. They can't do an oocyte because you're too confident. You're facing your fear without issue, and these guys, they're like, they don't know how to deal with that. They can't say that you just took yourself out because you were mentally messed up. You're handling their assault very well. So you're getting a life of luxury. It could be hidden, or somebody, it could be unseen. Nine of Pentacles, hidden. Moon, hidden. Two of Cups, romance. Commitment. Hidden romance. Hidden romance. There could be a hidden romance. A hidden commitment. So you could be spiritually in a Two of Cups romance. So it could be hidden. People may not know that you're already in this union, closing the cycle of people consuming the twin flames spiritual gifts. People misusing your gifts by tagging your vajiji with a reckless sex or a dream lover encounter, by marriage contract, or by any other kind of agreement. We're closing the cycle of low-level freaking devil, pimp, rapists using the gifts of the divine, the celestial beings, against them. They're pissed off about your salary, but these are landlocked freaking low-level devils. They're not celestial beings. They got lucky and trapped themselves some. They say fallen angels. You didn't fall. The fallen angels trapped you in a contract by portraying themselves as a protector. And they turned into a freaking pimp. It was their intention all the time. They were asked, they were told, you disrespected her. And he said, I respected her energy. And he didn't respect the energy, because if he had, he would have tended it. He would have cared for it. He wouldn't have just gluttonously been pimping it out to all of his fucking buddies for cash. This no feeling, hateful, malicious POS. They could be afraid of your new union here. So you got a life of luxury coming. It is hidden. You have a hidden romance, and we got blocked. You have a hidden romance. It could be that somebody's afraid because they're getting blocked from romance. They're getting blocked from Two of Cups unions because they were sacrificing their spouse for their soul value and identity, and then wearing that identity. This low-level devil was taking on the identity of the one that they had contracted with, who is an actual enemy. They were treating their wives, their husbands, as enemies, and unaliving them and replacing them with devils that were of their own frequency match, and then trying to go up into this celestial kingdom and destroy everyone there. This person's father, this celestial being's father, has reclaimed her and then gifted her to the tribe of Jaguar. And these nasty jacks are trying desperately to get her back. And it's like they're just fools, man. Weak. And they're pissed because this high value, upper dimensional celestial being, who happens to be a Titan, female, planetary mother, these low-level pieces of shit that just find nothing of value except for the almighty dollar and what they can buy with it, are getting disconnected from it. They don't have the proper look. They're just all about reckless sex. So people are afraid because they're getting blocked from Two of Cups unions, because we have clarity about their greed regarding reckless sex. Tagging and shagging and tagging everybody's spiritual identity, and just having a great freaking joy fest in the celestial kingdoms as freaking devils wearing masks. You're the master. You're a master. You persevered. You're coming into your harvest, your reward. These nasty creatures are getting blocked from it. They've been doing sex magic on everybody. They've been harvesting energy, going out and doing orgies, and then laying that energy back on the person they harvested, so that they could defile their character and cast the illusion that it was them that had done it. These people are filth. So you're a master. You're coming into your harvest, your reward. You're not going round and around. These reckless fiends can no longer trap you. They're being blocked. They're afraid because they're being blocked out of Two of Cups unions. No more contracts for the reckless, sex, deviant energy harvester and murderer of angelic celestial beings. These assholes have been murdering upper dimensional celestial beings and then masquerading as them in this upper dimensional space with malicious venom in their heart. Grow up! Get over it! They think they're entitled and they have not earned their right to have that. They're going to lose it. You don't get celestial status by being a whore, a low-level fucking whore, okay? You just don't. They're all getting found. They're all getting evicted out. So the low-level devils that are up there wearing a sacrificed angel's identity, apparently they are discovered and they're being shifted out. And the one that they've been harvesting identity, energy, and vital force from is being shifted back in. We've got a King of Pentacles here in the recent past. Self-love. Mirroring self-love. Mirroring your love. Self-love. Maybe you like some self. But we do have an Eight of Cups here. So what? King of Pentacles has been mirroring you. We got letting go. They abandoned you. They were mirroring you. Whoever this King of Pentacles is has been mirroring you. And they're getting let go. What a piece of shit. They might be trying to come in as a Knight of Cups and offer some kind of freaking whack job, freaking mouth. Fucking mouth. The masks are off. The masks are off. The masks are off. This King of Pentacles was not you. He was siphoning your love. And now he's getting separated out. The mask is off. They have to let, they got to let go. These asshats have been wearing the spiritual identity of their female spouses. In this upper dimensional celestial kingdom, they've been wearing the spiritual identity of their spouse. This piece of shit doesn't have her love in him. He's just been mimicking it, spending her spiritual celestial wealth. Her heavenly celestial father is probably kicking his ass. He's a thief, a murderer of celestial angelic beings. We got a Knight of Cups here. Romance. There was no pregnancy. Fake news. He said he got somebody pregnant. It was fake news. There was no pregnancy. He made it all up so that he could fake the illusion of a contract with a divine celestial being, a daughter, a celestial daughter. Page of Pentacles wants to make an offer to a Queen of Wands. Fake news, romance, pregnancy. This Knight of Cups may be somebody that is not who they say they are. They might be wearing somebody else's identity. They're not the real son. This could be a replacement copycat that had been sacrificed some time ago in his particular family, or a replacement. They're not who they say they are. They're trying to make an offer to a Queen of Wands. They're not who they say they are. We got feelings in the reverse. You don't have any feelings for them. Knight of Pentacles, persevering through deception, through a backstab, persevering through mind games. Four of Pentacles, they got bound to the wheel of their foundation. They're a fake look. So this could be Knight of Pentacles energy, dealing with mind games, deception, hopes and fears. This person wants to come forward and backstab you. They're hoping that they can bind you back to the wheel. They're undergoing an ego death. Maybe they're afraid because you got control of the foundation and they're having an ego death. They're going into South Node. The only way that these liars, these jokers, can keep themselves from falling into the pit of hell is by consuming the light of an angel, a celestial being. They don't have what it takes to turn their light on. They don't know how. They don't want to learn how. You came to help them. They didn't want to do the work. Instead, they were angry about your salary, about your authority, about who you were as an upper dimensional celestial being. They just decided they wanted to pimp you out and rape you because you were powerful. And by gaining your energy and your gifts, they could be powerful and seen as what you are. These people have been up in the upper dimensional celestial kingdoms of true gods and goddesses, and they've been raping and killing their children and replacing them with devil lookalikes. We got the Ace of Swords, so there's a lot of clarity and truth being spoken by a Queen of Swords. She has wisdom about this because she was survived. The mask is off. Nasty Jack is in regret and in a nightmare because of what he did to the beloved child of a divine celestial being, the daughter. For the wealth of her father's kingdom, these nasty jacks are toast. And they hate this woman for living. These are low-level fucking parasites. Masquerading as celestial beings. They're not. They're aliens. They're low-level, tall grays or whatever the fuck, masquerading as a human being, having sex with actual divine apples, divine celestial beings, and trying to tap into that ladder that takes them into that space where your identity, these shapeshifting mofos, where your identity up there, and then start shagging and tagging and sacrificing and stealing and creating drama in your name. They could be spying on you from secret accounts, having massive regrets because it's like goodbye. Goodbye, Charlie. Freaking Nasty Jack and old Joe Blow. You know, you got lots of stuff going on, but none of it has any value. Bye. Because the I love you is getting rejected. No fucking buddy wants it, Jack. Nobody wants it. They have no credit. They don't offer anything. They're not a creator. They're a consumer. They don't add value to anything. They strip value out of everything. It's a thug. Riding high on the GPS of romance and karmic ties. Reckless sex. And magic. So you're turning your back on the history of these, on the memories of this stupid sweet talk. And you know what's so funny? It's like compliments now. People who say you're beautiful or you look so pretty or whatever. It's like they have zero value, man. None. We got so many mask wearers out there, so many actors and actresses wearing masks, smiling in your face, but they're true devil. They're true hybrid reptilian, shape-shifting, want to eat you slowly while you scream in terror. People. I had to listen to the children for years. They're ashamed of what they did to their family. You're getting your wish. The true colors are seen. Those who've been replaced in the family, those who've been sacrificed, those, look, they're getting arrested. God's fed up with this shit. They're going in a karmic shitstorm. This right here, so it was June 20th, and then it was August 8th, 2024, and then August 11th. So it was like right around June 20th or right around that area, I got fed up in big white letters. So God's fed up with this shit. And it's going down because these assholes have been mimicking the identity of their marriage contracts. They've been posing as a celestial being using the ladder, the connector, the bridge to get there. And then they've been stealing the life of these celestial beings, consuming it, sacrificing them. God is done with it. The Queen of Heaven has been emancipated. The energy that these nasty jack vampiric entities was using, the gifts and the talents and all of those specialties that this celestial being has, are no longer at their disposal. They no longer have access to this celestial being's power. They're looking up everybody in every dimensional space that they can find, their little warriors, to go and attack this woman. She needs her medicine. She needs her medicine. We have rights. We can take her whenever we want. Yeah, you sure can. Go up against God. Go try to get it. Go try to get it, jackass. The secrets of the jackass, what they were trying to keep secret was these love messages, these triangular, these people stalking and murdering celestial beings, turning them into ghosts, and then mimicking them in that upper dimensional space. These sleazy thieves are losing sleep because they've been side hustling celestial fucking beings, man. These animals, ground locked. They'll never get the hell out of here because they're not a celestial being. They've been feeding on us. So you could be, look, you're getting what you asked for. Your prayers are going to be answered. You're going to get the wedding with divine masculine because you have learned your karmic lesson. And these nasty tricksters are not happy because they fell into their own trap. They're the nasty asses that were putting on masks and then doing orgies with children, trying to mirror it into your energy. This filth, trying to mimic a celestial being and be a little trollop with little children so that they could defile your reputation and take your place. Little nasty bitch wanted to be seen as an angel. Oh, and get right on up there and shag all those beautiful divine masculines. You're moving on. You are free. And they're real nasty, you know, they want to fight. They want to fight. And you just don't care. It's like they've been up there in the celestial kingdoms, queendoms, sacrificing angels, literal celestial angels. And they've been doing it wearing somebody else's image. The image of love. You. They've been going up there mimicking your celestial identity, and then they've been fucking people so that they could get that relationship and then transfer their soul out into one of their devil lookalikes. And they've been replacing celestial celestial and angels with their devils, and then they've been tossing them out so that they're trapped here as an earth angel rather than a celestial being. This is how it's been going down. You've got a life of luxury. You've got a wealth. 9 of Pentacles. It could be hidden. There could be a hidden partnership, a hidden romance. Somebody is afraid of this. We've got blocked. Lucid pathways. Clarity arrives when you stop forcing the direction. So we've got blocked, lucid pathways. You're blocking lucid pathways from these shadow dwellers. You announce yourself in the light of day. You are authentic and transparent. You're an honest oracle. You're right out there telling it like it is, source connected, and you're speaking freely without fear. And you got these others who advertise themselves in the shadows. They go there, they roll around in this nasty, lustful energy. They don't care how many they sleep with. It just doesn't matter. That's the energy that they like to be in. And they like it defiling, desecrating. And they do things. Last night's read was with children. This nasty fucking porn queen doing it with children, wearing the face of somebody else in a circle. It could be a pedophile ring trying to get you seen as what they were trying to portray you as. You're free, and that has them challenged. They missed their opportunity for an Ace of Pentacles with this reckless sex. Calling it love. It's not love. Oh, baby, I love you. Let's go get it on. That ain't love. It's a harvest. Look how happy he is. He's like, oh yeah, give me your rainbow covenant, bitch. Just give it to me. Lay down and let me take that rainbow covenant. That's what these nasty asses have been doing. When they're making love with a woman, they're not thinking about how much they're really enjoying you. They're thinking about plugging into your rainbow covenant, your chakra system, and downloading your celestial wealth while filling you full of devil fire. He's getting off on defiling your covenant with God. We got door of no return. You've got clarity around this greedy, reckless sex, gigolo, pimp, what the hell ever, and you have awakened to it. Some awakenings change everything. You won't be able to go back, and that's the point. Reckless sex, door of no return. It's not welcome here. Reckless sex is not love. It's a scam, a scheme, a harvesting. They got to go. The children of the future deserve safety, and they deserve to know that whoever they choose as husband or wife won't murder them, that they can be trusted. You're a master here with the 8 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. You're persevering. You're getting your reward, a harvest reward. They cannot trap you in another cycle. They can't trap you. They can't keep you. There's a hidden union here. We've got blocked, lucid pathways. Somebody could be afraid because your partnership, you and your partner, are blocking them from the celestial lucid pathways. So somebody's afraid because you and your partner are blocking their lucid pathway. They can't get on it. You and your partner are celestial beings that have been trapped here for centuries. And these entities have been laying all of this sin of their shit onto you while harvesting the identities of newly born earth angels and then torturing them with their brutal sex rituals and then casting themselves as the identity in the celestial space. There's a door of no return. Those who do this reckless sex and celestial identity theft will be managed correctly by those upper dimensional celestial gods and goddesses who actually have authority. These ones, they're trying to talk about compensation and, you know, payback. And it's like they have been consuming the children of celestial beings, man. They talk about compensation as though they have a price tag. They've been eating them after RAPing them to death. Hundreds of these nasty fuckers, man. They're so sick. Your shapeshift. So your form, you are allowed to change. Your form is not your fate. You have shapeshifted or you will. They cannot keep you trapped here. You're about ready to change whatever you are. You are the phoenix. There's a King of Pentacles here, which had been mimicking your self-love or dressing up in your self-love. The mask is off. You split to survive. Now you're ready to return to wholeness. So you split to survive. King of Pentacles. Self-love. Split to survive. We've got abandonment. And we've got mask off. You had to separate from this person in order to survive. This person nearly siphoned you out of every ounce of energy you had. They say they respected the energy, but they were depleting it, using it all up. They weren't tending it well at all. They had no care, no responsibility. They're a bad, bad steward of life force vitality. They can't manage energy, and they can't manage finance, and they can't manage their own black soul. They have no light in them unless they're consuming it from people who do. Drifting realms. Let go of the map. You're meant to float for now. So the mask is off. You're splitting up in order to survive. This King of Pentacles, this nasty ass that's been out there portraying themselves as some freaking wealthy man or whatever. Yeah, the masks are off. They abandoned you. The mask is off. They got to let go of the map. Meaning what? They got to leave the planet. Lucid pathways are blocked. They can't go to the celestial realms, and they can't be here on the planet. Knight of Cups, romance, charm, and we've got pregnancy, DNA, fake news. Whoever this Knight of Cups is presenting himself as, it's fake news. He's not who he says he is, but he's coming in to try to get romance. This person's wearing a sacrificed celestial being's energy and identity. But we have spirit signal, and in the reverse, the dude. So it's fake news. This person that's coming in for romance, it's fake news. This person is not a celestial being. They do not, spirit does not speak to them. They have no connection. They're here in the near future, trying to get romance. They're making a small offer. To a Queen of Wands who has no feelings for them. They have no spirit signal. Spirit isn't speaking to them. They have no source connection. They need to get attached to somebody who does. Between the lines in the reverse, this card says, what's unspoken speaks loudest. Read with your soul. Somebody's not able to read with their soul. They can't read your soul. You're not speaking to them. You have no feelings for them. They're trying to make an offer to a Queen of Wands, and you're like, they're just pushing in on you. They don't have source connection. They're not a celestial being. They want to get romance here with one who is. This is how they've been trapping the celestial beings, is through reckless sex and marriage. They have been marrying their enemies. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here. Perseverance, but we also have backstab. Soft armor. You don't have to be hard to be strong. So we've got a Knight of Pentacles who's persevering through some kind of a deception. He's got soft armor. You're very strong. We do have here, though, in the hope and fear, they might want to try to bind you back to their foundation because they're losing it. They don't have source connection. Without you, they don't have access to the celestial realms. They want to get you back bound. You have soft armor. You have a Knight of Pentacles that's helping you here. That could be offering you some kind of armor regarding these backstabbers. Maybe somebody who also persevered through this kind of stuff. Maybe you're protecting yourself. Thread of gold. Follow the feeling that pulls even when you don't understand it. Chaos. Thread of gold. Thread of gold. So these nasty asses had been playing in the energy of loving divine females. They've been casting the illusion that they're prostitutes by dressing up copycats and actually orchestrating orgies, filming it, and then broadcasting the nasty shit throughout the cosmos as though it was you. These filthy little fuckers have been raping and defiling and desecrating the celestial mothers and fathers, children, trapping them here under the illusion that they liked being raped. We got the Ace of Swords, truth and clarity being spoken by a Queen of Swords. We got the Five of Cups, disappointment, regret, and failure for some nasty ass. He's having a nightmare now because of what he did to a beloved child of a celestial father. A celestial light keeper here in service to the planet. They have a salary, they have authority because they are the light keeper, because they are powerful light, powerful shadow. They can hold the temperance like none other. This whole planet of system, this whole nasty ass fucking animalistic beings portraying themselves as men and leaders and governing systems, trapped the light keepers, celestial beings, and then have been pimping them out for power to dominate their political opponents and shit. And they thought that they were going to go ahead and destroy the celestial father's house in this way, by binding the daughter to their foundation and sucking the light out of her, while all their little Jezebels ran up and down the house in her energy, acting as though they belonged there, while they were murdering people, lighting things on fire, murdering their dogs, fucking their husbands, going to the schools and screwing around with their children. Well, a truth you never said is still shaping your story. There is a truth about a quiet flame in the sacred shadow. You say it doesn't matter, but part of you is still bleeding. You're returning. You return. Cosmic threads. You're being rewoven back into the celestial kingdom because these nasty jacks were lying on everybody throughout the universe about you. They needed your light, they needed your power in order to pretend as though they were legitimate competitors to anybody in the upper celestial bodies. They have no power at all unless they trap the womb connected to all of these spaces and places. We got a new clarity rising within you, ready to guide your next steps. Awakening light. The light keeper has been emancipated. The light keeper, the beloved child of the divine that they had trapped. So they freed the Queen of Heaven and they freed her daughter. Well, they didn't do it on purpose. And now God, in the upper celestial kingdom, and all of the other Star Nation soul tribes whose family has been slowly getting exterminated by these devils. Yeah, everybody's going to get messed up here. And this nasty satanic whatever the hell, their family, their tribe, whatever the hell, is getting desperate. God said that they were not going to find what they were looking for, meaning they're not going to find an intercessor. There's no forgiveness. They have been consuming the angels of the celestial realms. And this curator who's been pimping their sex out, who's been PDF filing, violating them to death, he feels he owns them. This curator looks God straight in the face and says he owns the sun. So they're afraid because you and your divine partner are blocking their lucid pathways. They cannot get up into these celestial kingdoms anymore. You have discovered how they've been doing their identity theft and how they have been going about all of that. Self-care. You were able to rewrite your mind. You've got clarity regarding the what these nasties have been doing, and you're blocking their ability to travel the lucid pathways of your mind. You are free. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're free. And they have missed their chance for an Ace of freaking Pentacles by being a gigolo hoe bag. And they're going through a door of no return. They can never come back. They're going to be stuck between the celestial realms and the earth. They cannot go to either place. They swear they're going to be back and that they're going to take out this magistrate, this celestial daughter. They have stolen her honor and tortured her centuries. And now they swear they're going to do it again. And you know what? Now they're the caretaker of the garden. This is a celestial being who has an amazing salary because she's here to manage the life on the planet. You fucking whore. Portraying yourself as some stupid leader, dropping bombs on people. That's how they caretake the secret garden. They fuck it and then they drop a bomb on it because they're so worthy. You're a master, you're a female, and you're master. You're persevering and you're coming through. You're getting your reward. You're sharing your reward. The wealth that the celestial kingdom has given you to manage this garden got these assholes out there building ballrooms, poisoning the sky, dressed in their finest threads, calling the maid at 2 a.m. to walk the dog because you're too damn lazy to get out of bed. Fucking losers. Childlike. So you are childlike. They can't trap you here. You've got a beautiful, innocent purity about you. You're shape-shifting. You're going back into all those karmic personality traits that they had transferred onto you while sucking out your beauty. Yeah, you're getting it back. You're the phoenix. You're childlike. So you have been sanctified. You have been identified by your celestial family, and you're seen very childlike. Somebody said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, meaning you've been reborn. And you may not remember who you are. There's a reason you survived. You are a celestial being. And these nasty asses down here try to tear your mind apart, tear your life apart, make you institutionalized. That was their goal, so that they could mess up your soul. But you didn't go there. Instead, you stayed grounded and you rewrote your mind. You're splitting off with this stupid King of Pentacles who's been mimicking your love. They don't have any love in themselves. They're getting disconnected and they're going to be drifting through the realms. The mask is off. They don't get to go to the celestial kingdoms and they don't get to be here on earth. You're splitting from them in order to survive, because they are a low-life nothing who's been feeding relentlessly, gluttonously, without taking care of anybody, while commanding all of the wealth of those people they're feeding on. There's nothing special about these vampiric entities. They got magic. But their baneful magic does not outperform the celestial beings, the creators. Yeah. Your sleeping spell. So this King of Pentacles has been mimicking your self-love, mirroring your self-love. You split to survive. You're ready to return to wholeness. This sleeping spell that they had you under while they've been mimicking religious fucking superiority, yeah, it's over. Memories. The sun. They sacrificed you. Daughter of a lion. Celestial being. They abandoned you. The mask is off, and they're not ever going to go. They won't ever take anything from you again. They won't be able to come to the earth, and they won't be able to go to the celestial kingdoms. Offering. You've made an offering. You have made an offering. Maybe they are the offering. God said that these ones who have been feeding on you are now the new fodder. There's a Knight of Cups here who is not who they say they are. Spirit does not talk to them. They're trying to come forward to get a romantic offer with a healer. Spirit does not talk to them. They need to attach themselves to a healer. They're not who they say they are. They're making a small offer to a Queen of Wands who has no feelings for them. They're not reading between the lines, or there's something spoken. They have no soul. She's saying just as much. You're not having to read between the lines. She's vocalized it and is vocalizing it. There's no feelings. And stop. There's no care. There's no nothing. They want to manifest some kind of stability for themselves by attaching like a fucking tick to this queen who has no feelings for them. And she's expressed it. They need healings. They're disconnected from spirit. They need to get attached to a woman who has the gift of healing. You're grounded here. So yeah, so we got a Knight of Pentacles who persevered through these mental games. You've got soft armor, wearing soft armor. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You are very well grounded, connected to Mother Earth. In the community, we've got a community that's very uneasy. The fact that you are protected and that you are so well grounded has these mind gaming deceivers in the community uneasy. You're home, and your home is teeming with imposters and espionage agents. They're afraid because they bound you to their foundation, and then they mimicked you. They led everybody down a path of incoherency. They didn't have source connection. They were sucking the light out of you and then making shit up. Training everybody to be a whore and an energy harvester. An identity thief. That was his guidance for the people. Threads of gold. He was following the thread of gold that he attached himself to. Your self-love, your ability to rewrite and reshape your mental body, your ability to keep it together. These assholes, they were not you. They didn't have anything to do with the skill level that is required to be in this position. You got arrogant pimp whores out there prostituting everybody, fucking everybody, tapping into the energy and the covenant, the rainbow of the celestial covenants of everybody. Like this was the thing to do. I'm your spiritual guru. Let me guide you, baby. I can get it done. Yeah, sure. After they tap in with their charging unit and download the value of your freaking covenant, the wealth of your celestial family. You're protected. Threads of gold. You're protected. You're protected. You're armored up. They're afraid because they had bound you and nearly drained your entire soul of every ounce of light. That's the truth. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords is speaking it, and they're in a regret. They failed. They're having a nightmare over what they did to the beloved child, light keeper of a celestial being who is here with wealth and stability to make their life okay. They didn't want to listen to the celestial mother. They wanted to fuck her to death. And they nearly succeeded because they're just that nasty. You could be inspiring people. They're in a nightmare. You've got a good reputation. You're inspiring people. There was a woman over in that space, a false angel, who wanted you to be seen as though you were malicious by punishing those people who tried to destroy you. But that's not what you did, because you were aware of the mental manipulation and the technology that they use to harden the waters of a temple and then to drive the mind and the emotions. You're perfectly aware of that, and you're not treating them like criminals for being driven by criminals, for being driven by devils wearing angels' robes and the energy of harvested, sacrificed angels that are trapped in the valley of the shadow of death. These people are in the celestial realm of these celestial beings, and they're masquerading with the intention of destroying the kingdom of your family. They could be afraid of love. They tried to hide your love in the shadow. It's too big. Your circle is very patient while you come into alignment in the mind. You could be resting your mind. You could be using your mind to lay to rest, to put to rest the past of these nasty jacks who kept you away from your person. You're listening to the shadows, to the shadow gatekeepers. You're listening. Or you're listening to God talk to you about them. These people, look, there's boundaries for the abundance of those people who had been shattering your heart and have negative opinions about love. They are happiness haters. They didn't want too much love because these low-level devils can't survive in that powerful frequency. It actually causes them pain. They attacked the sun. They attacked the daughter of the sun, the celestial being. She's protected from the magician in the secret garden. They will not be able to curse her land. They will not be able to curse her business. They will not be able to curse her life. She is the caretaker. They shall never take anything from her again. They will never touch her energy again. They will never be fed or supported by any of her wealth again. They are done. They took, and they took so much that they will never, ever, ever be able to pay it back because they cannot produce value within their own self. They just don't have it. They never even tried. They never even tried to become a valuable entity. They simply ate them who were. And then delusionally convinced themselves that they were that. You've got some folks out there right now wearing the white robes of an angel, and they're sucking their energy through a straw. They're harvesting them every moment of every day. And they're being discovered, and they're being removed because there's history. You are free from this nasty stuff. They did not get your Ace of Pentacles. They missed their opportunity. They're very greedy, and they've been gluttonous. They've been out shagging and tagging everybody that they can stick it in, man. And they're going through a door of no return. Some awakenings change everything. You won't be able to come back or to go back, and that's the point. They're going through a door of no return. Or maybe there's a door of no return for the caretaker. Maybe the caretaker is leaving. Maybe the caretaker is taking all of her wealth and all of her good stuff and leaving. And I think that that's really what's happening here, because these curators and all of these nasty asses that have been harvesting through sacrifice of the children and their soul covenant value. They've been taking the soul value, zeroing it out, and then building themselves a false utopia. While this caretaker has transferred all of that soul value that had been stolen out of that utopia and given it back to the children and the people who had their soul value zeroed out. She's reclaiming it for them, and these nasty asses are pissed because they don't have anything now. They need to unalive this caretaker to trap her and to get her back so they can force her to give them her life force until there's no more left. They want to force her to eat their nasty South Node death energy. That's all they are. There's no light in them unless they're consuming somebody who has light in them. The caretaker could be going through a door of no return. She's leaving. She's out of here. She's taking the wealth, and she's taking the courage, the confidence, all of the clarity, and moving somewhere else. They're going to a different place. Empty room. This is the end of them pimping out her energy. They cannot harvest off of the sacral of anybody anymore. We've got people out there who never had a partner because you got all these nasty vampiric sexual deviants astral projecting into people's bedrooms in the midnight hour and harvesting their sacral. They don't even bother to give some of us dream lover experiences. They just wake you up and forcefully pull the energy out of your sacral. It literally hurts. It's like they're pulling your freaking ovaries out of your womb, out of your freaking network. It hurts when they're extracting from you. And it's not funny and it's not pleasurable. This is the end of them doing that. They're not allowed in the bedrooms of people anymore. You're a master. You're detail oriented and you're very precise. You're coming into the reward for all of the hard work that you have persevered through. These ones cannot trap you or keep you in another cycle of this misery. You are childlike. You're innocent. You're not malicious. You're not out there with a mind thinking of how you're going to get one over on somebody. You're genuinely here to help, beautify, support, uplift, improve the quality of. Your form is not your fate. You are the phoenix. You're about ready to shift form. You are the caretaker, and you're entering through a door of no return. These people will never touch your sacred essence again, Celestial One. Never will these reckless sex devils ever experience your beautiful potency again. They don't deserve it. They never did. You're the phoenix. You're the phoenix. So you're moving from the ground. This is the fox or whatever, the wolf or whatever. You're ground log, right? Walking on the earth. And now you're getting your wings. You're the phoenix. You're a celestial being. You're childlike. They have had you in this network of repulsive PDF philia for a long time. They have defiled and desecrated every powerful celestial being when they came through the womb at one point or another with their sexual deviancy. And they've been filing false reporting saying that it was our choice to be that, and that is just not true. They're sickening. So you're not dealing with the shadow anymore. There's no, and then we got one right here too. So this mirror. You're no longer mirroring. You're no longer the mirror for the shadow. You're not going to take on their karmic characteristics. You're not going to be smoking and drinking and whoring and being out there cussing somebody up one side and down the other. You're not going to wear the personality of the principality. They don't have an identity. They've been trading their personality for your celestial identity for centuries. These addictions, these shadowy types of thought forms, they don't belong to you. There's a King of Pentacles. Now, this King of Pentacles was what? They were mimicking your self-love. You had to split in order to survive. Now you're ready to return to wholeness. The sleeping spell that he put on you is fleeting. This religious superiority that this mask, this freaking script that they had been playing, it's fleeting. It's over. You split from them. They abandoned you. They cut you off. They silenced you in every way. These contracts, They're soul to soul. One body, two souls. You're together in union. Here with your Two of Cups, you've got a new person. And this jackass that had been mirroring your love, they separated from you. They didn't want to have anything to do with you. They put you under a sleeping spell. They wanted you silenced while they wore your celestial energy, and they portrayed themselves as a celestial spiritual guide, which they are not. They're a pimp, a rapist whore, a needless feeder. They made a deal with the devil to feed them celestial beings for power here in this realm over celestial beings. They abandoned you. The mask is off. They're drifting between realms. You made an offering. There could have been an offering made to the Egyptians. You may have made an offering. Your celestial father may have reclaimed you, canceled this contract because he discovered you, and then wed you into tribe of Jaguar. That's what's going on here. And you made an offering to the tribe of Jaguar. You've got the Egyptians are involved here. So you've got the crown and the root. You've got the celestial body. You've got the earth plane. Crown, root. And here in the middle realm, these people are going to be drifting because the earth plane is now owned and operated by, as far as I can tell, the Egyptians, Amun-Ra, in company with he who rules over the land of Trine, whose queen of heaven has just been emancipated. The mother of this daughter who had also been harvested. Yeah, shit's hitting the fan. And you can believe it, that the underworld is here on the planet. And they are going to clean it up because the United States is now Egypt. That message came through like a year ago. Last November 11th, I think, actually. We've got divine intervention, the offering, the sacrifice. God purified you and then sent you to go see Osiris, made an offering. If there be one innocent, then I'll save the people. And that's exactly what has happened. You are childlike. Offering. The celestial father purified you, made an offering to the Egyptians, and it was accepted. You are serendipity. Your purity, your innocence, the fact that you're a celestial daughter of a celestial God being whose celestial family had been getting attacked and unalived, sacrificed, the children from these nasty asses who had been layering their karmic personality, imbuing the innocence and the purity of celestial beings with this shadowy devil thing. Yeah, no more. There's no more. There's no more. You're shape-shifting. Your form is not your fate. You're leaving it behind. You're shape-shifting. You're the phoenix. You're rising above this nasty mirror reflection. You're not the shadow. This shit that they've been doing in the shadow, it's not you. Everybody can see it. Everybody knows. So there's a King of Pentacles here who was mimicking or mirroring your self-love. You had to split in order to survive, or that's what they did, or whatever. They put you to sleep. And then they pretended that they were the one that was here to spiritually guide everybody. They created this religious freaking control system. And all it really was to convince the people that they were sinners worthy of hell unless God somehow found it in his heart to show you mercy. But they wanted to train your mind into believing that you were worthless, unworthy. That's how God saw you. They wanted you to fear. They wanted you to give them your low, fearful energy because they were making great profit off of it. They were presenting themselves as this woman, as this celestial woman. And they were misleading the people into whoring, into drugging, into drinking, into malicious, jealous behavior. Prostituting themselves for pay. And little trinkets, man. Trinkets. These assholes in the astral experience, if they have sex with you, they give you a little pair of earrings. They stick it under the pillow for you. But if you find them too fast, they'll get an attitude. Whatever the fuck. Pet, divine timing. Yeah. Animal friends, divine timing. Fleeting. So the sleeping spell is wrong, is over. You're no longer asleep. You got dogs and cats and animal friends and divine timing. You are there. These are the animals are your friends. You know, human children are celestial beings. They know that stealing is wrong. They know that eating the meat of your beautiful furry little bunny rabbit is wrong. They know that this shit is wrong. But the entities here in this realm that feed on suffering and blood and pain and all that other stuff, they train the children to follow in their footsteps with this stupid falsity. This big, complicated freaking list of shit that you must do and perform in order to qualify to be connected to life. Stupid. You're getting a miracle. You are serendipity. There was an offering, a sacrifice. The Most High gave you a new family. And now it's a miracle. You're getting a miracle. These shady mask wearers, the masks are off, and they are going to be drifting between the realms. They will not go onto the planet, and they will not go into the celestial kingdom. I sometimes wonder if that's what the stars actually are. These beings who aren't allowed to be here or there. I don't know. They're pretty. So we've got a Knight of Cups here that's offering romance, but they are a fake news, fake pregnancy, fake DNA. They're not a celestial being. They're not who they say they are. They're wearing somebody else's identity. They're not connected to spirit. They're not getting the signals. They don't have connection. The healer here is ascending, and they want to get connection to you. It could be, yeah, but they're not who they say they are. They need connection to the healer that's ascending. You're being leveled up, and they're being leveled down. They're not who they say they are. They don't have connection to the spirit. You've satisfied all the requirements. You are the healer. They say that you have the energy to heal the planet, and you've got these nasty pimps that have been out there wanting to forcefully drain your womb of its life force, vitality, and they wanted to stop your heart as well. They actually want to put your heart in their damn chest because these nasty little pieces of crap, they would love to have the heart of an angel in their chest. So there's a page making a small offer to a Queen of Wands who has already expressed that they have no feelings for this person. I don't have to read between the lines. She's expressing it right up front, very clear. There's no beating around the bush. She's not having it. She don't want it. She's like, just be quiet. Don't talk to me. Get away from me. Stop trying to push yourself into my energy. It's like these people, they keep trying again. And it's like, how many times does a person have to say no? They don't want to share themselves. They don't want to be in the energy of somebody else. They don't want to hold their hand. They don't want to look them in the eye. They don't want to share the breath. They don't want to even share a meal. And yet these nasty asses, they keep forcing themselves and the energy like they have a right to be there, regardless of how many times you say no. And that is what's wrong with the justice system when it comes to shit like that. They don't honor people's boundaries. So we got a Knight of Pentacles here who is reliable and steadfast, has persevered through the backstabbing, this deception, this mind games. Soft armor, you don't have to be hard to be strong. You're very grounded. You're protected, you're grounded, and the community is very uneasy. This community that you have entered into, this celestial kingdom, your home, angel. These low-level devils that have been sacrificing the children up there, swapping them out for low-level devil replacements so that they could take over the celestial kingdom. You're coming home. You know which ones of them have sacrificed you in the past. You know how many of them RAP'd you to death, or however long they tortured you with that before they unalived you to throw you back down in the frickin' valley of the shadow of death. They know that you know. See them right there? They've been killing the pets in the celestial kingdom. They've been using the powers of the people that they have reckless sex with up there. They don't qualify for that energy. That power. They're uneasy because you know who they are and you know what they've done. They're desperate to red rum this celestial woman, this Titan woman who has made it back home finally after thousands of years. Messages. They've solved the puzzle. You've solved the puzzle. You're sending out messages. You've solved the puzzle. You know who these people are. You know what they've done. You have records of every transaction, every message, what they have said, what they have done. You have it all down. It's written on your soul. They bound you. They bound you. They sucked the life out of your solar plexus, out of your rainbow covenant. They tried to destroy you. While they were mimicking you, traveling up and down your threads of gold, wearing your armor. While they did their very best to destroy you. While they dressed up lookalikes and did orgies and then broadcast it throughout the cosmos saying it was you, but you were here bound, having the life sucked out of you while they were destroying your reputation. And now there's a cool down. They could be going through cryogenics. They're going to lose the heat. The sun will no longer show for them. They will no longer be connected to the power of a celestial being. The Ace of Swords is here with truth and clarity. The Queen of Swords is speaking a lot of it. And you got Nasty Jack and a Five of Cups, disappointment. They are in regret. They have failed to destroy the mother in all of her aspects, but most specifically, the Queen of Heaven, the celestial being who has the salary that all these low-level fucking pages and knights and these stupid gigolo pieces of shit want desperately. They're unqualified, every single one of them, and their covens of nasty jacks, their little sorcerers of their little concentration camps to focus in on you and try to program the waters and the mind of your celestial chariot as to what you are to be seen as the beloved child of a celestial father, a king in the upper dimensional spaces, a light keeper that was here to shine on these disgusting fucking PDF file perverts while they raped every fucking body. They enjoyed the sun, the warmth, and the merchandise belonging to this celestial being, this woman. They didn't want to listen to her. They killed her. They said, practice what you preach. Yeah, it's like, don't fuck children. How about that? Yeah, how about if you don't go fucking every goddamn husband's wife in the neighborhood? How about if you just be an ethical, moral, responsible example for the children? But no. They wanted to give a nightmare to the world and to every celestial being. And they did. And now their nightmare is coming back on them. It's their creation and their desire. You've investigated thoroughly while being trapped here and being tortured. You're inspiring people with your strength, with your courage, with your light. The fact that you never gave up hope. You know, they talk about faith of a mustard seed. And while faith itself may have been stripped or just not taught, because some of us were raised in the woods far away from anybody, and the only one we had to talk to was a dog or a tree or whatever, okay? But you always had hope. Nobody may have taught you religion or taught you about God, but God was in you and you always had hope. And the seed of hope is far smaller than the seed of a mustard seed, and they carry along the wind far more plentifully. And wherever you go, you will always find the hope of a golden dandelion. The hope of a Titan mother, celestial being, never dies. Never. And it's always the first fruits for the little ones, like the bees. Because that's who she is. The nurturer. You got this forgotten person, third-party whore, out there fucking everybody, winging it. Oh, I tapped that rainbow covenant. 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 Oh, I'm a wealthy man. I'm a wealthy man. Yeah, fucking gigolo, POS. Get the fuck on. Nobody needs you, man. You're just a drippy wand. They don't even, from my experience, have any inclination or desire to please their partner. They just want that covenant and the wealth of it. They're just an asshole. You're getting a new beginning. You're top level. You are the master, and you're getting a new beginning. It's time for you to relax. The uninvited guest who is in the celestial realm, sacrificing angels and then wearing their identity, are being let go. The law, the scales are being balanced regarding forbidden love. This stupid criminal, sacrificial fucking of your enemy, Nasty Jack, We're wide awake. We know exactly what's happening. We're very firm in this. And these ones are going to be an eternal regret for treating this powerful and these powerful divine celestial beings like bedroom trash. The clown is running away. Oh, they're drinking their sorrows away. Oh, no. Gotta have a drink. Gotta go run. They're running because the light is going out. They are losing the light of the sacrifices. The soul. They considered themselves conquerors of the sun, conquerors of the celestial being and their family. They considered themselves as owners of the celestial beings' merchandise, that they owned all of the property belonging to the sun and every little tiny soul that came from it. Now the light's going out on them. They will never have access again. Nobody gives a shit. It's clear that they had no intention whatsoever of doing the work to try to join in. They just wanted to drag you down and then to destroy the celestial kingdom of the sun by destroying the daughter and using her as a ladder and a connector to the kingdom so that they could get up there and sacrifice people. So there's been a transformation. You've evolved through this bullshit, and there will be a change in the sacred space of this kingdom. They took a risk and gambled with the apple. They tried to leave you alone, and you were lonely. Your person and you are being reunited because you have discovered the core of the problem. The torment. The torment. People were getting paid to torment and violate the rose. They were getting paid to siphon the talent of the rose. They were addicted to wearing your energy, your identity, your performance, performing the script of you. You have discovered the mystery of the hidden truth, and you are intimately or intuitively connected with your person. There is a commitment of protection. So you're intuitively connected to your person. You're soon going to encounter them. This person is dedicated and devoted to you when it comes to protecting you from the snake and their lies. Let's pull one of these long ones. Celestial bodies, and that's exactly what it is. These ones, you're a celestial daughter, divine. You're a daughter of the lion. You are a celestial being. And these shadowy hybrid shapeshifter reptilians, whatever, have been riding up and down your spine, wearing your identity in that space, fucking up everybody's life. They're in trouble now because you rewrote your mind. They are getting blocked from your mind and from the lucid pathways, bringing clarity. You've got photographic evidence. So the karmic bonds are not hidden anymore. You have evidence. So whoever this is, all of the karmics, they are no longer hidden. They can't siphon the energy. These low vibrational nasties, it's like the chain is broken and they're no longer going to be hidden from you. It's like they're going to be seen. They're being blocked from the lucid pathways of your mind. You were able to rewrite your mind. So they're being blocked out of your mental body now. They no longer have access to the celestial kingdom of your family. They're very pissed. They want in, and they're not going to get in. You have history that is no longer hidden from you. They're challenged because you are free and you are being released from whatever bondage that they had you in. They're afraid of you and your partner here in union, your Two of Cups union. They did not get the money. They missed their opportunity to get money by shagging and tagging all of these various vaginas and anuses. These people with their reckless sex were hoping that they could ride the rainbow covenant of however many people up into the celestial kingdom. The more angels they shagged and tagged, the more identities they could steal in and then replace you with in that space. So this is what they've been working on for thousands of years, and you have made it through, you've broken through, and you've revealed the truth of it. You are the caretaker. You are the light keeper. You are the celestial being that was here to help people in this shitty ass freaking pimp joint, this brothel, to get their shit together. And they didn't want to. So now we've got a door of no return for those reckless sex pimps that they have been doing pedophilia. They've been making false pornography, broadcasting it throughout the cosmos. They've been trying to make it seem as though it was you. It was not you. They got to go the hell away. They got to get away from this caretaker, and they will never be served by them again. They will never be served by the light of a celestial being again. They won't have reckless sex with them. They won't be given eating at the table with them. There will be no conversation. There will be no, here, let me share my blanket. There will be none of that shit. This is the end of their opportunity. There's no more people to fuck. And the mental afflictions that they tried to get you institutionalized with is back on them. They will not be able to have sex with anybody and offload it onto an innocent person. They will not be able to magically stuff it onto somebody else. They're going to suffer their own delusional seeds that they had planted in the minds of everybody. All of it's coming back on them. Mine was only 22 years. But they planted it in more people than just me. And it's all coming back on them. You're the master, and you have evolved through this nastiness. You persevered, and you're coming into a harvest, a reward. They will not trap you into another cycle of round and round. You are childlike, and you have shifted. You are the phoenix. Innocent. You get to come home. You're innocent. These people tried to frame you of nastiness, and it wasn't you. You're not in the shadow, the mirror. You're no longer mirroring for the shadow. They can't stick their stuff on you. We've got waiting, expectation. There could be somebody in the shadow that is, or maybe the shadow flipped into the reverse. You've shape-shifted. You've released the personality of the principality that had been trying to stick itself to you. You've released the shadow. You're no longer carrying the shadow of the mirror. Their revenge tactic failed. So you've released the hide or the Jekyll or whatever that is. We've got expectations. You release the shadow. There's no more round and round. You're shape-shifting. You are the phoenix. You are innocent. The King of Pentacles was mirroring your self-love. You had to split in order to survive. They put you to sleep and then siphoned your mind and then created this whole religious scam. And it was, the sleeping spell was fleeting. They shut you down in every way they could. They tried to silence you, to unalive you forever and ever and ever, while drawing forth from your energy, your rainbow covenant. And it was the wrong time for that, because we've got divine timing for the pets, for the dog, the cat, the animal friends. A beautiful transformation is coming. It's like the pets. Now, you know, in my case, like I'm nearly 60, and in my case, my consistent love partner, and I'm not talking sex, okay? I'm talking love, was the canine. The animals. They don't pretend love you. They don't pretend. So it's almost like the animals that had been sacrificed, so many that had been slaughtered and tortured and suffering, they all got sent to this dark fucking place of suffering and torture. A beautiful transformation is coming. It's like they're receiving their wings. The pit bull received their wings. They're up in the celestial space. And I also saw one of these phony baloney devils in the celestial space drown my beautiful pit bull. He was instantly resurrected and reclaimed. And I hope Nasty Jack that did that has received the same treatment, asswipe. And you get kicked out of that damn man suit, you fucking low-level piece of shit. There's more value in the love of that dog than there ever was in one of these nasty-ass fucktards. They abandoned you, and they got to let you go. The mask is off. They're drifting between realms. They can't go to the celestial realms, and they cannot be here on the planet. Compensation for this daughter of the celestial God, the king, the whatever you want to call it, the sun, is for these people to leave. They cannot be here. There will be no more serving of these jealous, pimp-ass, fucking phallus-worshipping rapists. There was an offering, a sacrifice. You are serendipity. You are the catalyst that brings forward all of the karma. You were innocent. You were always innocent. It's been a great injustice. Thousands of years, these nasty-ass pieces of shits have been raping you to death. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. They did it 17 times as an infant. They didn't even let you learn how to walk before they decided to rape you to death. These fucking assholes. So we got journey, travel, and distance, and enjoy the silence. So divine intervention and serendipity. Drifting between realms. Journey, travel, distance, enjoy the silence. It's like these nasty asses that have been using their AI technology or whatever the hell to create insanity in the minds of people have to leave the planet. They got to take their little sorcery and their little AI voice to school technology and get the fuck off. Go back to Saturn or wherever the hell you are, wherever you came from. Just go back home. Go back where you came from. We got a Knight of Cups who is here offering some kind of a romantic offer, but whoever this is, it's fake news. The pregnancy or the genetics of this person is not what they say they are. They're not who they say they are. This is a false identity coming in to offer a love offer. Their spirit is not signaling to them. They don't have spiritual connection. They need to try to get connected to the healer that is ascending into the celestial realms. They need to marry into the clan before they get wiped off the planet. Spirit doesn't talk to them. They don't have the connection. They need to get connected to somebody who does, so that they don't get wiped out. But they're not who they say they are. They need to get connected to the healer so that they can be covered by the celestial family and protection of this healer. They're making a small offer. It's a page in a Knight of Cups romantic offer. Queen of Wands. You don't have to read between the lines. She's made it very clear. She doesn't have any feelings for this person. She's like, just be quiet. Go away. Get the hint. She realizes that they're a manipulator. Word magician. Leech. We've got heart like a lotus flower, but it's in the reverse. They don't have a heart like a lotus flower. They're not a celestial being. Whatever identity they're wearing is not their identity. It's a stolen identity. They're not able to play mind games with you. They lost at chess. They cannot outmaneuver you. They say that you're embarrassing everyone, but you're not embarrassing everyone. It's simply that your survival and the fact that you were never fighting with them when they were sending covens of men, sorcerers, after you to try to destroy you, but you never fought back. You're not embarrassing them. They embarrass themselves by revealing what they are. Attacking a master, a female master, trying to harvest her skills and her powers because they have none. They just wanted to murder her and absorb her soul value, and it's sick, man. It's like on the outside looking in, they're no longer able to look in. They're gonna, like, they're no longer able to look in. They gotta go away. They gotta take off. They gotta get off the planet. They gotta go to Saturn. They gotta do whatever. Some folks out there are worried that Satan is prostituting everybody, but it's what they are. They've been wearing masks and having orgies and trying to lay that disgusting energy onto celestial angelic beings, and they've been doing it, and successfully, for thousands of years. It's what they are. They chose to be prostitutes. Satan isn't prostituting everybody. He's just using them, as he always has. So we've got Knight of Pentacles is here. You're responsible and you have persevered through some kind of backstabbing, some kind of cheating. There could be a Knight of Pentacles wanting to come forward and play mind games with you. But you have soft armor. You don't have to be hard in order to be strong. You are grounded. You are connected with the entirety of the essence of the mother of the planet. You're a celestial being. This whole community of people that have been doing foul magic and stuff over you are uneasy. They've been playing in celestial energy. These are devils wearing masks and angels' energies, but they don't belong there. They've been playing in the energy of these celestial beings, and they've been causing them mental afflictions by using them as this stupid, reckless sex bullshit. And now it's over. There's a bedroom strike. As far as I know, there's no more reckless sex in the celestial kingdom, because these asshats are downloading devil attachments and delusions. So it's the end of that. This community is very uneasy because you have records, call records, code words. Evidence, irrefutable evidence. People are freaking out. Men, these masculines, I'm freaking out right now. Yeah, he's freaking out right now because all of it's coming undone. They did their very best to treat the woman, the mother, like she was nothing but a dirty little slut that needs to be fucked to death. And that's exactly what they've been treating us like, while demanding that we serve them. You have solved the puzzle. You've got communications records about real estate regarding the home, the house, in the community. There's a whole community that's living in houses that don't belong to them. They're wearing the identity of sacrificed angels. They're not who they say they are. They're coming forward, trying to get a relationship with somebody who is ascending because they do not have source connection. They need to get that so that they cannot be found out. They don't want anybody to notice that they don't have the connection. They got to get a romantic connection with somebody who does. She's source connected? Oh, does she have a house? Oh, and they're out there spying to see who they want to go get. So here's the thing. This person, this Knight of Cups, is not who they say they are. Fake DNA, they're not who they say they are. Spirit is not talking to them. And we've got elimination of evil in the reverse. So there's no signal going to evil. There's no elimination, but they're just getting cut off. They're getting cut off from the healer who's ascending. This says, signs are flashing. Pay attention to the nudges. These people were given nudges. They were told to eliminate the evil in their life. And they didn't do it. They chose not to do it. They chose not to eliminate the evil out of their life. They're trying to get a romantic connection with a healer who has ascended or who has leveled up. They want to download their evil into you. And they want to manifest them or pretend that they are your energy. They're making a small offer to a Queen of Wands who has made it very clear she has no feelings for them. They're not playing games with you. You're saying, silence. No more games. You lost the chess match. They don't have a heart of a lotus flower. They didn't eliminate evil out of their life. Their flower never did bloom. They've just been out there fucking. And now they're no longer on the outside looking in. Or you're no longer on the outside looking in. You're no longer on the outside looking in. And again, we've got the lotus eyes in the reverse. So this person, they gotta be silent. Their flower did not bloom. They don't have a heart like a lotus flower. And that's funny because we got lotus eyes in the reverse also. They don't have the third eye sight. They're not a reflection of cosmic energy. They don't have cosmic energy within. You do. You are the celestial daughter of a celestial God in a celestial kingdom, the sun. So there's a cool down. You're protected. You're offering protection from these fake spiritual gurus up in the celestial body. You're eliminating all these nasty jacks that are just there to harvest the covenant and the wealth of it. The thief. The thief no longer has third eye sight. They can't tap into your mind. They can't tap into your house. They can't astral project to your home and then spy on you while you're shitting, pissing, bathing, sleeping. They've been using these gifts to spy on people who have wealth and then come in and present as a legitimate relationship and then fucking kill them and take their shit. That's how these nasty asses have been getting wealthy. It's not because they're successful businessmen, and it's not because they're successful prostitutes. They don't even fuck well. They just come in and tag the covenant and drain the value, because that's the magic that they are. These could be jinn. Jinn have this phallus. It's got this electrical charge. One of them stuck me in the leg before they were interrupted by trying to sex up my sleeping spirit. They accidentally stuck me in the leg. Even now to this day, it kind of vibrates a little bit with this electrical current. Well, they didn't get it in me. But that's what these fuckers do, is they tag your vajiji and then they say, oh yeah, all that's there is mine. And then they drag it out like they're some fucking intelligent piece of shit. The Ace of Swords is here. You have clarity. You are speaking truth, Queen of Swords. And this nasty ass masculine is in regret. They failed. They're very disappointed. They're having nightmares. And the voices that they sent to you to try to get you institutionalized, oh celestial being, so that they could take the wealth of your celestial family, it's back on them. Because of what they did to the daughter of a celestial god, a light keeper that was here to share the sun with these low-life freaking sorcerers. You've investigated, you've explored, you've done the research. People are inspired by you. Power struggle, ego versus heart. The false person has their mask off. No more mask. They can't pretend anymore. They're not getting your big fortune. They're not getting the gold. The gold of the celestial kingdom here does not belong to any fucking nasty ass decomposing piece of shit masculine posing as a leader, posing as an angel. It's a dead man, rotting. They're not getting the gold. They're not getting the gold of two bodies sharing one soul. Pure love. This person has a new partner. This light keeper, celestial being, shares a soul with somebody. And it's scaring these people because the one she's sharing soul with is also a celestial being. The two are back together. And these assholes are concerned. And they're desperate to get this woman again and to gang RAP her, to torture her again. She has ascended to the highest level of human existence. During all of the injustices that they had been laying upon her, despite the injustice, she has elevated to the highest level of human existence. She is a celestial being. None of these nasty, freaking mentally afflicted pieces of shit can compare to her. This is what they are. This is what they did to her. And this is what she did with it. And she still cares. And it could be that God cares. They were lying about his wife, his daughter. They were having orgies and nasty ass PDF file sex with their Jezebel lookalikes and then broadcasting it throughout the cosmos as God's wife and daughter doing this nasty shit. It's been centuries. God's not going to help anybody who disrespected the queen because he actually cares about what they said. No more verbal abuse. No more lies. No more tricks under the fucking moon to siphon the unexpected income out of this celestial family's bloodline. There's no hope for these people because the seeds that they planted weren't good. They didn't plant any good seeds. They have no hope for harvest. They didn't sow any seeds. They have no energy of the sacred. They can't harvest any more energy out of people's sacral, out of their womb. They can no longer change the tide of other people's life. They were hiding. They could be trying to hide the fact that there's been a death. The infinite masks are off. We've got magic of the nymphs, and we've got spiritual baths. They're not working. Whatever magic the nymphs put upon these people, they can't wash it off. It's going to knock them down, and they will not be able to get up. They will no longer mock you. You're making wishes come true infinitely. And you're creating, you're cleansing and activating the charge, the energy in the sacred space with the healing frequency. You're enlivening, rehabilitating, enriching, revitalizing. Whoever these guys are, they're not able to withdraw. They can't escape the web that they have weaved. They can't dispel the illusion that they have cast. They can't get rid of it. They're stuck in the mirror with this nasty, delusional energy that they did all this reckless sex to generate. They bound themselves to it. And they're no longer getting exposed by the sun. The sun will not show for them. And they won't survive it. They will not survive the storm. You can't fix them, and you're not going to try to fix them. You tried. It didn't work. So they lost their mystical cat. They're not a mystical cat. They're not part of this celestial kingdom. They will no longer be bringing an ocean of suffering to this space. They will no longer be spending the wealth of this space. And we've got the ravens coming for them because we've cut through the illusions of these South Node people. They're South Node. They're losing in court, and there will no longer be tapped into the infinite flow of the universe. They do not own you. There's a detachment. and you're receiving a gift. The entities that they've been playing in, there's no honor in what is ending. They're receiving a gift. The entities, or maybe you're receiving a gift because you didn't play with the entities. You withstood them. Somebody, we got honor what is ending. There's no honor in what is ending, and they are no longer attached to the ancient teachings of your mind, of the celestial being's mind. It's done. They're getting kicked out because because of the psychological abuse. Yeah, you're getting ready to take flight. It's game over. You will no longer be used to energetically ground them. They can no longer use you to manage their own imbalance. They will have to manage their self on their own. Their prayers are useless. Divine intervention is here. This is an abomination. They are unforgiven for what they have done here. And you're beginning a new journey. You're beginning a new journey. This says if you want peace, prepare for war, but you don't have to prepare for war anymore because these people are being imprisoned. They're being locked up, and you get to start a new journey, and you do not have to prepare for war anymore. You've already done the work. You already did the work. They did not. They did not. So you're getting a new journey. They're getting imprisoned because you already know what the heck happened here. And they thought that you were down for the count. They really thought that it was going to be all over. And I can tell you right now, those nasty jacks, all those stone people, those plaques on these old ancient buildings of these big, tall, masterful men having the lion under their, just dangling under their armpit, like, I conquered you, I own the sun, this is my energy. Yeah, now all y'all can fuck right off. Every last one of you pieces of shit that thought you commanded the Lion King, you're gonna fuck right off. You thought you commanded the father, the celestial father of this planetary light keeper that y'all been raping for 4,000 to 6,000 years or longer. You're the new fodder. The underworld owns you. Jaguar is coming for a tasty little snack. Justice is coming because they did not do the work. They're going to get exactly what they deserve, and you don't care. You don't care, and fuck what they say. Fuck what they say, because it's all lies. It's all lies. They're pimps, they're whores, they're illusionists, they're, actors, actresses. They don't actually have an identity. All they are is a made-up personality. And they run around portraying themselves as celestial beings' identities after they get a contract or some sexual intercourse that they can ride the ladder on up into the celestial family and then slowly try to command and destroy them. Well, I can tell you right now that the lion and the jaguar are not going to be in that same space. This is the end. They will not be harvesting the energy out of these celestial beings or these families ever again. Spirit is not talking to them We've got elimination of evil. You're not eliminating evil. There's no elimination of evil. They refused to eliminate evil. They instead contracted with it and then decided to feed the ascended healer to it. That's what this nasty ass wants to do. So this is a nasty ass. They're not who they say they are. They're wearing somebody else's identity, coming in for a romantic offer. They don't have spirit signal. They don't have spirit connection. They did not work toward eliminating evil. They did not even try to eliminate it out of their own self. So God's cutting their connection. They need to get connected to an ascended master, a healer. And it could very well be that they're not getting this connection simply, or they're getting cut off from the signal simply because they were trying to feed the ascended masters to this evil thing in order to make it appear as though they had done the work. They've been feeding the ascended healers, the masters, to evil, pretending that they did the work, that they eliminated the evil. But all they were really doing was extracting your rainbow covenant during reckless sex, pouring in chaos devil fire into your rainbow covenant, and then masquerading, false pornography and broadcast throughout the cosmos as though you were nothing more than a whore after defiling your rainbow covenant. There's no more of that. The caretaker is going through a door of no return. These people are going to lose access to the sun, to the light, to the celestial wealth, to everything that provides them food, warmth, comfort, beauty. The Queen of Heaven and the daughter of this celestial kingdom is free. There's no reason in the world why they shouldn't eliminate evil. But I don't know. I think evil's just going to take its own damn self out because nothing will grow, man. They've lost access to the celestial being that they have spent centuries defiling. That's that. See you on the next one, everybody.